All right, we're live. Sorry about that. Happy Meta Monday, and everything is going nuts.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for hanging in there for our technical difficulties. We have no idea. I hit play to go live, and it said 3, 2, 1, and just stayed on 1. As you see, I'm sporting my awesome Gambit shirt for X-Men 97, which is a cool series. So you got snazzy Bruce Wayne and his button-up shirt. I know, I like that. Clark's always laid back and casual. Bruce Wayne's always in a polo or... You ever notice that when he comes over here? About 90% of our videos is me dressed casual, dressed like down.
Yeah.
And then you are... button-up shirt and hey guys, how are you? I'm Bruce Wayne.
Or the V-neck, dark colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like that, ain't it?
Yeah. Except for last week, we were the Dobsey twins. But hey, I mean,
that was a special situation.
All right. Well, just to give everybody a heads up, we didn't have an event per se last weekend. This past weekend. We, Jess and I ended up at a friend's wedding on Saturday down in Somerville, Tennessee.
Congratulations, Angie and Simon.
Yes, congratulations, Angie and Simon. They are on their way to their honeymoon. So, yes, again, congratulations to you both. Awesome. It was an awesome venue. Jess ended up coming home with a bottle of wine.
That is never a good thing.
She went over to talk to Simon's dad because the winery is on their apparently family owned, and Jess went over. Jess loved the taste of this wine we were having, or that she was drinking at the reception, and. She went over to ask.
Wanted to take home.
She wanted to ask where she could purchase one. Next thing you know, she's walking away with a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So awesome. As you see, I've got a little bit, and then, well, I'll do that here in a minute. Then Sunday, we found out late that apparently Memphis Comic Expo was at the convention center. Basically right off of I-55, right as soon as you get off the I-55 bridge into downtown Memphis by Bass Pro Shop.
Right.
Okay, the convention center that's right there apparently had, apparently it's a new location from where they were last year. Mm-hmm. And we drove up, took us a little bit deceiving. I mean, the star lineup was awesome for the show. Attendance wasn't as good as we would as what we were expecting. What you got, dear?
No.
Oh, but I got to go down and but when we got there, I got to hang out with Freddie Williams Jr., or Freddie Williams II, or is it third? Which one? Freddie Williams. How's that? DC. He's a crossover artist. He's worked on the Turtles and Batman, which is one of his biggest ones, Masters of the Universe, and the Injustice League. He's worked on a lot of Power Rangers versus Godzilla. He's working right now on the Turtles, Masters of the Turtleverse, which was awesome. I got my issue number 1 signed and picked up a print of said title as well while I was there. And then we ran into James O'Barr.
Yeah.
Awesome getting to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while. Last time I had talked to him was they were still in everything for the Crow movie was still in pre-production, pretty much. Okay. And it was still at the time Jason Momoa was still signed on to be the Crow.
Right.
And after speaking with James O'Barr, I I don't feel so bad falling asleep in the theater. So Jess literally had to wake me up, 3 times
Yeah.
within the first 45 minutes of the movie. I said that, I said that James O'Barr, the artist that was sitting next to him, who was a artist for some of the other stuff that I think O'Barr's name is in line with. I didn't get to see his name though. But the dude that was sitting over to O'Barr's left, just about fell out of the chair laughing because I said, she had to wake me up 3-4 times within the first 45 minutes of the movie. And he just, I won't, how's this? I won't say what he had to say. I will just say that. But it was awesome getting to see James O'Barr, the Crow. He just got done bringing out a new comic book series. I had issue number 1. He signed that for me, and I also picked up a print from him as well. It was 30 Years of 1,000 Tears with the Crow on it, and it's an awesome piece.
Right.
Part of my collection. Then ran into, I guess you could call him the second king of Memphis, Jerry the King Lawler.
Okay.
So, or the king of Memphis wrestling, or how, that's the way I can put it.
Yeah,
the king of Memphis wrestling, Jerry the King Lawler. I've been a good friend with him for several years. Through Metropolis.
Right.
And anytime we ever see him at a show or anything, I got yelled at because I was not dressed as Superman.
Yeah.
I had my Superman my jacket on.
Right.
So that cleared me for
that kept you from being killed.
It kept me from getting.
You told me you were the blur.
Yeah, I told no.
Okay.
No. We've had those discussions.
Okay.
But
He
no,
doesn't like the blur?
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It's not his favorite way to go.
Again, Superman is Superman with the suit, not Superman in a jacket and walking around with a spray painted T-shirt. So, but no, stood there and talked to him for a little bit. Health's still a little shaky, but he was doing good. And I want to say congratulations to Jerry King Lawler. Yes, the rumors are true. I did confirm it with Jerry himself. He has signed a Legends contract with the WWE. So he's not going to do anything. Talking to him,
Going to be appearances.
he's going to be doing appearances. Nothing real big because he's still suffering a little bit from. He's still having some side effects. That's the word I'm looking for. From some of
He's having some health issues.
Yeah.
Right.
From his health scare a while back.
Yeah.
So went to. But no, it was a good show. A lot of vendors there. Attendance wasn't what we were expecting, but that's okay. I look forward to finding out what their dates are next year, and maybe next year possibly getting our group together and going down there, and this time not in a jacket, but hopefully this time in my suit. And getting all of us down there, and
it's about time to get out the superhero jackets.
yeah. So
Cool.
but now product placement. So after Jess and I got done with Memphis Comic Expo, we decided to go across the street or a couple blocks over to the big Bass Pro Shop down there in Memphis, which is
Chuck.
awesome. Who?
Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. How's it going? Jess may have figured out the snafu on the computer and the 3D printer. So, hey, we're still working on it. But we stopped in at Bass Pro Shop there in Memphis, and it's now about 2:00 in the afternoon, 1:30ish, almost 2, and we were hungry, so it was. because breakfast at the hotel that we were at was a little lackluster.
It was a lot lackluster.
Huh?
It was a lot lackluster.
Okay, a lot lackluster. But we were getting hungry, so Jess sees Wahlburgers. Okay, I'm figuring, yes, Wahlburgers right here. Yes, awesome. Now again, this is Wahlburgers, Memphis. Now I'm figuring, okay, it's in a Bass Pro Shop. It's going to have a lot of fish and stuff like that. I wasn't thinking,
Okay,
and again,
Wahlburger family.
I wasn't thinking of the Wahlberg family.
Right.
Okay. As in Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg, right. And I think his brother's name is Steve, I think. I don't want to, but hey, go ahead and, plug Wahlburgers. Yes.
If I can.
But we went at first time ever eating there, and
How are the prices?
actually, hold on. For what Jess and I would have normally ate, about right. We paid for. Okay, I'll tell you this. I was hungry enough for 2 people.
Right.
I literally ate 2 meals at lunch.
Are you saying you had a supersized appetite?
I had,
Yes.
yeah, oh yeah. I had their fajita burger, and then I had their the
Fiesta.
was it the
Chili.
Yeah, and then I had
Fiesta
the
burger
Wahlburger.
and chili. Fiesta burger and chili.
I had the Fiesta burger,
Okay.
and then I had the Wahlburgers chili. Oh my God, it was delicious. Jess can't have a lot of spice. It did have jalapenos in it, but Jess,
I did get to taste it.
she
though. It
did
was
get to
really
taste it, and it didn't bother Jess. So now Jess's hamburger was a double-decker.
It was a whole lot bigger than I thought it was.
Well,
gonna
put
be.
it this way: my burger was pretty big. Hers was bigger than mine, and that was. I mean, you're talking 2 to 2.5 inches thick. Oh yeah, it was a was it unlock the jaw and open? But again, very good. So if you guys are looking for something, and again, the Wahlbergs I believe are from around the Boston area.
Yes.
So that's the type of flair that the food has. So again, try it. It's I enjoyed it. Definitely go back to. So, but Wahlburgers down at the Bass Pro Shop in Memphis, delicious food. Again, I ate for 2. I was hungry enough. I ate for 2.
Do you guys know if there will be someone at Cape Con that grades collectibles and toys?
I do not know, Chuck. We will actually get into that here in just a little bit because we're actually going to be. I'll pull up the website for Cape Comiccon here in just a few minutes. That's what my weekend was like. How was yours?
Mine was. I basically stayed home and I worked on my visor and
Did it flip?
No.
No.
So anyway, but a few little costume things.
Cool.
So that's basically how I spent my weekend, and a few chores around the house that I kind of neglected. I got the piles down to manageable levels and whatnot. So
Yeah. I think I disappointed people last year at Cape Con because I didn't come out with the red and blue, the traditional, my red and blue suit. I came out in a black suit last year.
right.
And that was the only suit I did because I did Gambit the other day. And then I think Saturday, I don't think I suited up, or if I did, it was for a very short time.
Okay.
In the red and blue.
Well, weren't you having the problems at that time? At that point in time?
No, I think I
You were
just
got out of it.
just got out of it. So, that was the reason. So this year, honestly, I think it's going to be. I think I'm going to go ahead and grace Superman all weekend long, possibly all weekend long. Definitely Saturday and Sunday, but more than likely, I'm probably going to. I don't know what I've decided to do for Friday. And it also depends on, speaking of, Jess, guys got to come to the booth. Flat, the Heroes for Kids and Phone Forgeries booth this weekend.
Yeah.
Jess is debuting, hopefully, debuting a new costume this weekend.
Sweet.
So, I've already seen some of it. We've been playing around with talking about it for a while.
She went meant the dead terrorist on you.
Mhm.
Silence!
Oh, is that what she said?
I kill you. Well, she didn't say I kill you, but she said silence. She does not want you to give away the
Silence. Yeah. Oh, so we're going to be I'm going to be hooking her up, trying to get her taken care of this weekend. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, real quick, we'll touch a little bit on. Jess is still working on updates for Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. Still, our guests this year, again, our beneficiaries
are the Dorn Foundation and the Berry County Community Task Force.
Okay. So those are our two foundation. Those are our two beneficiaries for 2025. And then right now the guest, and again we are in negotiations with another guest. We're hoping to have a shout out to him here within the next couple weeks, hopefully. But we will go this one real quick. We have again our special guest for next year right now. Again, the big one, the big kahuna himself, like Ruggy. It's Scott Ennis, and that's exactly what it says.
Yes.
Legendary Scooby-Doo and cartoon voice, and radio, also a radio personality down in Cumulus, for Cumulus Radio down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Scott Ennis has been doing voices for Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, since 1997.
Yes.
And he's voiced those characters in the Scooby-Doo, the four biggest Scooby-Doo animated Scooby-Doo movies, which are Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders, and Cyber Chase. He's also done dog toys. He's done pinball games, games included. He was also in the latest 2023 motion picture movie with Zac Efron, Iron Claw, which is the basically a biopic of the legendary wrestling family, the Von Erichs. So, which was awesome. I watched it. I loved it. He's done other voices like Yogi Bear, Boo Boo, Fred Flintstone, Barney, Papa Smurf, Popeye, and tremendous more. So we want to welcome Scott Ennis to Heroes for Kids Comic-Con 2025. Now I got to figure out this laptop. Maybe did I hit the right one? No. There we go. We'll stop. There we go. So, and that is July 19th and 20th, 2025 at the Perry Park Center. So, again, look forward to seeing everybody there at that. Now, for the big kahuna on what we're going to be talking about this weekend, or what we're getting ready to do this coming weekend. November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Cape Comiccon. It is at the Show Me Center down in Cape. Let's see. Let me see if I can get the. Oh shoot!
There we go.
There we go. But
Yes,
I'm trying to. We're going to scroll up a little bit. Let me see if I can find the. Well, I was looking for the address.
Well, the address would be at the Show Me Center.
Yeah, it's a show.
Which is on Spring Street.
Right. Tickets. Let's see what tickets. Meet and greet tickets. Let's see. Day pass. Let's do day passes right now. Let's see. Boom. Come on. There we go. Day passes. Show Me Center day passes for Friday, $16. Saturday, Well, give me a second. 16 plus. Sunday 21 plus, or Saturday 21 plus, and 15 for Sunday. And I hope I said that right. There are meet and greet passes. There are weekend passes. So check out the Heroes for Kids, or not Heroes for Kids, Cape Comiccon webpage. That's what I'm actually looking at right now. Got a Funko Pops. Let's see if I can spin that around a little bit. That way you can see it. That is their page right there. And I will do that. That way you can see it's got the ticket links and everything. So please go on out. Show at the Show Me Center. Door opens on November 1st at 3 o'clock. That's 3 p.m. And is showroom. That's
It'd be kind of silly to open it at 3 a.m.
You'd be amazed on some of the shows we've been to. And the show closes on November 1st at 9. And then on November 2nd, show opens at 10 a.m. and runs till 8 p.m. that evening. And then on Sunday, show opens at 10 a.m. for all the godless heathens that want to come out and have some fun with us. And then it will be, and then the show closes at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. So, I mean, check out their calendar. They've got stuff pretty much every hour on the hour all the way through the weekend. So that's going to be awesome. There are cosplay photos going on throughout the weekend. So come on in, get your just cosplay everything. What? Hey, that was a sneak peek.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I mean, it was almost the only thing we were missing was the old time rock and roll song, and she did that.
Yeah, slut.
No.
No, she wasn't in her underwear.
No, she wasn't.
Okay. She was in a costume.
Yeah, she was in the costume. Well, depending on what shows you go to, that is.
Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Wyatt.
Hey, Wyatt. Oh, crap. I almost spilled my tea.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Dr. Doom will be there.
Yes. Okay, let's go through some of our guests that we've got this is a holy crap of a guest list.
That is one big guest list.
Yes.
Especially
right now.
for Cape Comiccon.
Yeah. We have, and sorry if we mispronounce these names, but we have,
Afua Richardson.
thank you, Andrew Gray.
It looks like Andrea Ivchenko.
Okay. David Hawthorne. Thornton, I'm sorry. David Thornton, who is the Terrifier.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm sorry, the David Thornton. Go ahead.
Jenny Kwan?
Jenny Kwan, yes, and she is amazing. Josh Keaton.
The Josh Keaton?
The Josh Keaton.
Oh, man. Voice actor?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. Maria Wolf Lopez?
Ming Jin from the Comic Book Man.
Yep. Olivia Hack?
Tamaka, he was the Last Dragon. He was Leroy.
Director Yo Pizza, the
Daddy's
Daddy's
Pizza. He was Leroy Green in The Last Dragon. So, and then we have.
I love that movie.
I do too.
Especially because of vanity.
Yeah.
And then we got Taylor Gray.
And then we have Vanessa Marshall. Now, we actually got to meet Taylor Gray and Vanessa Marshall this past weekend.
Now that I see Vanessa, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, there we go on those guests. Let's see. Let me go down. Cosplay contest. A yawning
Portal Cafe. Gaming tournaments.
The Pod Lounge. Board gaming. And let's meet the vendors for there. We have 3B Comics.
573 Collectibles.
AJ's Comics.
American Movie Posters.
Anime Gravy.
Aquatation? That's what it looks like.
Art by Little Miss Luna.
ATC Den.
Black Cat Soap and Sundries. Sundries. Sorry.
Blade Daddy.
Blade Daddy. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, how's this? We'll do that as well.
Okay.
Blue Wing Creations.
Budio Batfam.
That's
Jody and them.
Jody. That's the other half of our group.
Yes.
Brianna Bright, author. Brianna Bright. She's an author.
Brad Moore. He's an artist.
Bird's Comics.
Caitlin's Creations.
Cakes Reanimated, which delicious.
Coffee and Computers.
Cameron Obscura Creative. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah. Chibitasm.
Shelly Penn.
Chris Ebert.
Cindy's Corner.
Click Clacks Dice.
Nice. Compact Collectives.
The Corner Grocery Store.
Comic Casinos.
Crafty Jet Drawer.
Crane's Post.
Crayon Queen Creations.
Crisp Museum.
Crowley Ridge Publishing.
Decade of Excess.
Decoden Designs.
Dennis Young, author. Jess actually has several of his books.
Digital Originals.
What's wrong? Are we blinking out?
There's no sound.
There's no sound.
There's sound. Hi, Charlie.
I don't know what happened, but you have no sound.
Can you hear us, guys?
Can you hear us?
We've got it over here.
Okay, I think I'm here. It's on your computer. No?
I've got the phone and the tablet both going. There's no sound on either one of them.
I've got.
Well,
Okay, we got
sound.
here again. We got sound again.
We got sound again. Dragon's Isle Minis. Dragon Fire Studios. EA Collectibles. Elf's Attic. Podix Paintings and Ellie Mack, the author. You've got this line here.
Okay, then we've got Epic Sander, Eric Howard, Everything's Shiny Creations, Exonumia, Fat Freddy's Collectibles, and Foam Forgeries.
Hey, and we didn't get whacked this time.
Right. I think Chris.
Boy, why did you say something?
Fix what?
You said Foam Forgeries.
Yes. It's on there.
I know it's on there, but every time we say Foam Forgeries, Jess usually threatens us with the Foam Forgeries.
Yes, I know.
I know. Hey, trust me, the Rapunzel or the Boink frying pan, which you could get either go Rapunzel or Lord of the Rings frying pan. It's perfect. I couldn't tell you how many times. I've probably gotten hit with that more times than any dish in my house. No.
I think Rachel and Chris are having problems. I can hear you, and Chris says, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
We can hear you too.
No, we can. All right. We have Galaxy bracelets, Golden Eagle tattoo, Golden Lasso comics, Hamby art, Heroes for Hire, and Heroes for Kids will be there. Yes. You got the next
And
line.
then we've got
As you see,
Hyun Love Club, Infinity Comics, Ink Z, J Ink, GNN 3D Prints, and is a Bolical. Boy, some of these names are very creative.
yes, they are.
Yes.
let's see. Jay's Totally Awesome Toys.
Rachel says, Dennis, I have art problems.
Yes. Jesse Likes Drawing. Jonathan Pongratz, the author. And again, sorry if you mess these names up.
We are butchering these bad boys.
Koala X Hawaii, Ken Phil Art, and Lazy Nerds Designs.
Leisure Time Treasures, Lunar Phoenix Designs, Malcolm's HeroClix, Marcus Theaters, Merit Creations, Mortal Woes. You can handle that one.
How's this? I'm just going to do it this way. Mimi's Wigs. There we go. And cosplay
There you
accessories.
go. Yeah.
Accessories.
That's
Muse
a
Tap. Nautical Fox Creations. Nico Doodles. Open Dead Inside. And Pet Rocks.
Okay, so Peach, Plants Creative Corner, Prismatic Oasis Designs, Puchico Productions, Hughes Comics, and Quark Rutherus,
Quartz Crafters.
Quartz Crafters. What?
Rad Studio. Radiant Gray. I'm sorry.
Rapatika?
Reynolds. I'm butchering some of these, so sorry. Reynolds Comics, Richard Beauchamp, the author, son of a gun. And no, the T is not leaded, I promise you. And S&S Collectibles.
Okay, Scared City Products, Screen Print Invasion, Sean Manning, no
Hey.
relation, Soul Music, Shin Designs, and Shocking Comics.
Simply Pete T, Sleep Secura Studios, Simply For Me, Slushy Head Collector, right?
Slushy.
Slushy Head.
Slushy Head.
God. It has been that type of a day for us, guys. Sorry, and
Our
again,
tank
sorry.
is getting tough.
Yes. Slush Head Collectibles, Schmores Artisan
Yes, we're
Confections.
pronouncing your names like that, Rachel, because we're typing with our tongues. You're typing with your fingers. You should have better control.
Yes. Something Crafty This Way Comes.
Okay. Steampunk Emporium, Stitch by Stitch, St. Louis Brick Fanatics, Talisha N. Cohen Art, Tater Tot Comics and Collectibles, TN.
The Clever Fox, Critical Crafters, The Crystal Lizard Retro Resale. Ugh, say that fast 5 times. The Black Cat Company, the Nightingale Desk, and the What? That's what I said.
No, you said Black Cat Company.
Okay, the Little
Yes,
Black
to be
Cat
little
Company.
now.
Yes. And the Nightingale Nest and the Fantastics Entertainment.
Okay. The Spectral Void, the Toy Bomb, Tortured Earth, Trailer Pop Boys, Triple Totes, and Triumph Comics.
Trumbull King.
Tumblr.
King, a son of a gun.
Those are tumblers in the picture. Do you want to take this?
Tumblr King, Vibe Creations, Veridicent Creations, and Yin's Warehouse. And I hope I pronounced that last one. So Chuck, to give you your answer, I don't see anybody on there, but that does not say that they won't have somebody at one of the comic booths to possibly grade, do some grading. Now, I know, again, buying and selling comics or collectibles, just about every one of them does it. So, I mean,
Rachel says, "Have you seen my nails? Typing is hard."
yes, I have
She
seen
needs
her
to be
nails.
clogged.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I love your new boots.
Yes.
Um,
Do you want to borrow them?
No, I don't need to borrow them. I have my own. I have my own stage boots. Thank you.
Was the name of your organization butchered by HFK? You may be entitled to compensation.
Oh God!
Oh my gosh.
Who said that? Rachel?
Yeah. She's so witty.
I know.
And of course, Chris is like, right, I was just thinking the same thing. We messed up one little letter. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah.
But no, it's going to be awesome.
Not all of us are perfect. You know.
Well, you know what? I look at it this way. If they want to do it better, tell them to come and we'll have them as a guest on
Yes.
here. Yes.
Yes, please.
We always want our volunteers to come on, and that way they can come on here.
We'll
and
set
have
Rachel
fun.
right here.
Yeah, we'll set Rachel, if you want, we can set you right here and enjoy the adoring fans.
You know what she'll do?
Yes.
She'll come up to our cups and she'll go like this.
She'll tap them off.
Yeah, tap them off onto the floor.
Okay. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to go through a little bit of the guests that are going to be there at the show at Cape Comiccon. Meet our guest, and again, you can go on Cape Comiccon's website and pull all this stuff up. So we're going to do just a little bit of a teaser for Sean Keaton. Sean Keaton was the voice of
Hey, Josh Keaton? Sean Keaton. Josh Keaton. He's the voice of
Tessa, come here and do that. I'm kidding.
Spider-Man.
Hey, I wouldn't mind
Leonard
being on the
Nimoy
camera.
in Disney's Hercules. He was
Don't
also
forget
in Metal
Shiro.
Gear Solid 3 and Shiro in Voltron Legendary Defense.
Yes. Yes.
Prolific voice actor.
Josh Keaton. Yes. Josh Keaton.
Not
Not
to,
Sean.
not to be confused with Joss Whedon or Will Wheaton or
Josh Keaton.
or Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Or Sean Keaton.
Or Alex Keaton.
Or Sean when I don't
Or
ask-
Shaun of the Living Dead.
Yeah, God. I think I need to tap it. No, I promise that the bottle of wine is still closed. I did not get into any of it.
You broke into her wine.
No, I did not break into the wine. And trust me, my bourbon is still sitting over there. So, and it's, yeah. Josh Keaton
There you go.
is the voice of Spectacular Spider-Man,
Right. Yeah.
Hercules, and Shiro from Voltron Legendary Defenders. David Howard Thornton. Yes. Thornton, like,
Not to be confused with Thurston Howell III.
right, or John Thornton.
Or
John, you know who John Thornton is, don't you?
that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's one of John Wayne's aliases in one of his movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that I knew.
So, but
Howard Thornton.
yes.
How posh. Okay. Chris says, you want to put Deadpool in front of a mic? And then Charlie Simmons says, do you know where you'll be set up at that big a place?
Yes, we do. From what I understand, as soon as you come in the door, we're almost like one of the first booths when you walk in the door, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Jess?
Dead center between the two doors.
Dead. We are dead. Jess told me from the other room, the disembodied voice from the other room, or Oracle, yelling at from the other side of the house. We are right in between the two main doors.
If I would be able to make it, it would be batarangs both ways.
What is that?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
anyway,
David Thornton. He is widely known portraying Art the Clown in the Terrifier franchise. But he has also recently been casted as Steamboat Willie in the 2025 Screamboat
we
movie.
watched that the other day. Didn't
No, we didn't. That was
That was a different
Mousetrap.
we? Okay.
That was a different
That was a
one
different
based
thing.
on Mickey Mouse. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Or the mouse.
Okay.
Come on.
Time out.
Since I mess up names.
Time out. And that's the guy
Yes.
that played Leroy Green in Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. So he is
Show enough.
the golden one. You know, Direct to Your Pizza, the Daddy Green's Pizza. Yeah, he took on the show.
And he found the master.
He found the master, and it turned out to be a machine that made fortune cookies. Yes. Hey, any guy that can kiss on vanity is okay.
Hey, no, you know what? I'm gonna say I love the movie. Matter of fact, I just watched it about a week
If that's
ago.
a recent picture, he hasn't changed.
No,
much
he
in life
hasn't
at all.
changed much. But no, just watched it a couple days. It's on, I believe, Tubi. So I just watched it a couple.
Right.
So I mean, but watching it was awesome getting to watch it.
I mean, it's the only movie he's really done,
Right.
but he also he actually is a martial artist.
Yes.
And he goes around and you know, does talks and
Right.
things like that.
Next, for Cape Comiccon, we have Andrew Gray. Andrew played Troy, the Red Ranger, in Power Rangers Megaforce and Power Rangers Super Megaforce. So,
I'm starting a trend of Megaforce here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just okay. Andrew Ivchenko. He can be seen on Stranger Things Season 3 as the villain Grigori, as well as the voice actor for Perseus in the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
I still want to play that game.
That's a good Irish name.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, cool. She did art. That's going to be an awesome piece. I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah.
Freya Richardson, I hope I pronounced that right, is an American illustrator, author, musician, singer, songwriter, and mentor. She is best known for her work on the Ezra award-winning
Eisner?
Eisner. Son of a gun. I told you I'm blind as a bat. Yes, I'm Superman.
Mr. Eisner,
Black Panther's World of Wakanda.
Yes. Okay. Maria Wolf Lopez. She's a Chicago-based
Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, Chirac, based comic book artist and illustrator who's taken the world by storm with her intensely powerful inks and unrelenting detail. Yes. Don't you squee over there.
Yes. The beautiful and talented Vanessa Marshall. Got to meet her the other day. Vanessa played Wonder Woman in the Harley Quinn TV series on Max. She also played Hera in Star Wars Rebel, Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, the animated, she's a voice actor, Black Canary in Young Justice, Mary Jane in Spectacular Spider-Man. She also did Black Canary in Injustice.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Got to meet her the other day down in Memphis. So it'll be awesome getting to see her again.
Yeah.
So next we have
Taylor Gray. He's known for playing the Jedi Ezra Bridger, Star Wars Rebels, and young Micah on She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
So also met him the other day, so it'll be good to catch up with him again.
Okay.
So next we have also the lovely and talented Olivia Hack.
Was she there?
She was not.
Okay.
But we have met her many times.
Okay.
She has voiced Ty Lee from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Rhonda Willington, Lloyd from Hey Arnold, and portraying Cindy Brady on the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago. Jenny Kwan.
Yes.
She's
Also a very lovely lady. You've met her as well.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, you're not lovely, but I mean, you're cool guys, but yeah, the ladies are lovely.
Right. And she's known for voicing Suki from Avatar: The Last Airbender
Hey, you said it.
and Chun-Li from Street Fighter 6. Good show.
We have Ming Chen. Starred alongside, yes, we have hung out with him quite a bit. Starred alongside Kevin Smith in The Comiccon and is also known for his podcast, I Sell Comics.
Whew. That should be it.
That was all of them? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12
Yeah.
guests that are going to be at Cape Comiccon. I mean, and then all those vendors. I mean, this weekend, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Show Me Center. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Last year at Cape Comiccon, I was just released from the doctor on my foot. Hence the reason why I wore the black suit, the black Superman suit.
Right.
So I mean, I had only been walking in my shoes for maybe about a week before Cape Comiccon. So being able to do stuff and walk around and do all that and be able to help and all that was, I mean, a miracle. So want to get it was.
We must be having sound issues again because Rachel says it sounds, or it's like you're speaking in code.
Hey,
I wonder if it's like beep 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 beep.
Huh? Okay.
Is that what you mean, Rachel, or?
Sounds like we're speaking it. I don't know. Again, we were having issues with it downstairs. It's the reason why we came upstairs because we were going to pull everything up on the big screen.
Oh, she can hear us fine.
Okay. We were going to pull everything up on the big screen, but I was having issues with my computer or my phone downstairs. It's the reason why we came upstairs. Reason why we're doing everything off of the laptops. So, but no, look forward to seeing everybody this weekend at Cape Comiccon. Again, full of guests, full of vendors. See if we can get to, again, let's see. Check out their website. They've got everything, labeled out on when all of the, panels and, art of the contest and everything is all going on, and all the contests are going on. Also, they have a cosplay photography schedule. So, I mean, if you want to match up your cosplays for that particular day throughout the weekend, they've got those days that you can do at certain times. Like the characters can. For instance, if anybody wants to do Power Ranger characters, they can come in and do Power Ranger. There's a special spot for them from 4 to 5 on Friday. But then, I mean, but you can do your characters all weekend long. But they've got certain blocks spotted out for different genres. And then at the end of the day, they open it up for everybody that comes in and does it.
Right.
So, so again, like, for instance, November 1st, it's Power Rangers, DC Universe, WWE, Star Wars, and then the last time slot is
For
cosplay all call. The second, Dragon Ball Z, Fury, the Avatar, Marvel Universe, Game of Thrones, Pokemon, Disney, Harry Potter, and then at the end of the day at 7, the last hour is everybody, all cosplays. And then on November 3rd, it's Lord of the Rings video game characters, Transformers, Scooby-Doo, Ruby-Doo, and then for the last hour from 3 to 4 is all cosplay. So again, wear whatever cosplay you want. Come out, let's have some fun with the cosplay stuff. And I know this is going to be something that we're going to get asked about. Cosplay contest is Saturday. Cosplay contest is Saturday at 4 o'clock. So show off your hard work, craftsmanship, and at the flagship event, strut your stuff, strut down the catwalk, and compete for a chance to win the grand prize. So again, check on there for details. Let me see if it's, so again, that's going to be awesome. That's just one of the things, a pizza eating contest. That's on Sunday. A draw-off is on Sunday. Let's see. Vanessa Marshall and Taylor Gray, their panel is at 5. Art the Clown is at 6. Nerd Rage Off is at 7. K-Pop Random Dance Party is at 8. I got my daughter looking at me going, ooh, and no.
Hey, I know Stray Kids, so.
Let's see. Pokemon Cookie Class is at noon on Saturday. So again, test your trivia is at 1 o'clock. The Last Dragon panel is at 2 on Saturday. So again, there's gonna be the many voices of Josh Keaton. That's at 6. So again, there's gonna be a cosplay karaoke Saturday at 7 o'clock. So see, that's when you need to come down. You need to come down as Batman Saturday evening and sing Blue. I Am Blue.
Or Am I Blue?
Am I Blue? Yeah.
Or Wolverine.
No. He needs to come down and sing Am I Blue?
Yeah.
And there you go.
I've actually done that in Metropolis.
I know you have.
Yeah.
So again, it's going to be awesome. I just tapped the trivia button. I don't want to see the trivia button. So again, check out their check out the webpage. It's Cape Events. Type in Cape Events, go down, it'll say Anime Con, Cape Comiccon, and other events. Click on Cape Comiccon, it'll take you right to the page. So let's have some fun this weekend. We're going to have a blast. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, again, we're driving back and forth, so so it's not one of them things. I thought about bringing out an oldie but goodie costume, since it's just a couple days after Halloween.
Crap.
Yes, I did. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle makeup. I don't know if I can handle makeup all day.
That's the thing about makeup.
Well, it would be one of those things I would have to get with Chelsea.
And get the right
I would have to get with Chelsea to come in, and it would be one of those things. I would have to have Chelsea come and help me put my makeup on, or at least the base coat of makeup on. That way, because she knows her makeup's a lot better than I do. And, because I have sucked at my white makeup paint, I'll usually end up with a migraine right afterwards.
Right.
And she's...
Karis has had the same problem. That one year she dressed as Raven.
Yeah.
She put on the white makeup. She got that.
Yeah, down there in Metropolis.
So we had to give her aspirin. When she got the stuff off and she got some aspirin in her, she was back to being fine.
She pretty much held on to Jess like there was no tomorrow, because Jess pretty much pretty much played Mama Bear to Karis that day.
Right, she was.
I remember that.
And then the next year that she did Raven down there, I think that was a couple years later. Anyway, she got the white makeup on, and she goes, "It burns." I said, "Wash it off."
Yeah.
Wash it off. So she washed it off, and she's like, "Well, how am I going to get that pasty off?" I said, "Powder." So we got some talcum powder, and that's how she did it.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a headache. She looked all pasty, and so.
But no, and speaking of, why don't we do this a little bit now? Let's hope we're going to have a little bit of fun with this one. Cosplay 101. I know I didn't see it on here, but guys, come on, guys and girls both. Cosplay 101. Number one, if you're going to a Comic-Con that is strictly that is more kid friendly than more on the adult side. Again, let's keep the costumes kid friendly. Let's make sure we're wearing proper undergarments. Let's make sure we're wearing deodorants and dance belts if you're a guy. They've got them for women as well. Make sure that again, if you got cosplay repair kits, have them on you, have them readily available. We're going to try having at least our small one behind our table for quick fixes if we need it. Not something major. But again, I can remember first starting out cosplaying. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was getting into it. And yes, I had wardrobe malfunctions. To the point there was photos we could not show the public. Well,
you did on Pornhub.
we did not. Again, I've heard the horror stories. I've gotten my own horror stories.
Horror
story. Yes, that's what I said. Horror stories. I didn't say the other word. No.
Okay.
Jess is going to come in here and whack you with the phone forgeries. Actually, no, she's in there with the real not the well, she's got the polys, and she's got my real Balkans.
Yeah.
But she comes in with the real Balkans. I'm probably going to beat her with the Balkan after she smacks you with it, because those are signed.
Right. She'll probably come out with the Highlander swords and say, there can only be one.
I'm done.
You ain't it, Dennis. Boom, boom, boom.
But again, kid friendly, wear proper undergarments. No, I can hear you fine. All right.
Reminds me, I gotta do something right quick.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're ready now.
I don't trust you with that thing.
You're gaining wisdom.
Wait till I have
Batman might be older, but I'm wiser right now.
So anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. Jess, bring me a poly, please. Speaking of,
Mine will hurt worse.
I'm not afraid of you. I've been married twice.
I'm the reason you should be afraid. Mine will hurt a whole lot worse.
that is what's up? There you go. Again, that is a the one that you just brought out. We talk about poly. It's a polypropylene. This is an actual training sword, as you can see. Yeah.
You break that in here, and so help me, you're gonna get
Oh
me.
my God. Well, this is good enough. I have trained with this one well enough that I do full contact with it. Hold on. To the point of, this will tell you how durable this is. We took one of these. We took one of these and put point to pommel, and I mean literally bent it in a complete U, teardrop actually, and it broke about that much out of it and shot it to the ceiling of the Osage Center. It sounded like a gun going off in the building when it broke. So,
That's it.
hey, Drew,
Hi,
how's it
Chelsea.
going? Hey, Chelsea.
She says, okay, I think I figured out my lineup for the weekend.
Awesome.
Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley. Well, yeah, Harley, Barbie, and Harley. Or Harley, Barbie, Harley, and Harley.
Or Barley Quinn.
Barley Quinn?
Or Barbie Quinn.
Barbie Quinn. That's right. Yeah, that's what I said.
It almost sounds like barbecue. Yeah.
You have Harley, Barbie Quinn, and Harley again. Or maybe even Supergirl. She may do Supergirl.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
I haven't seen Chelsea in her Supergirl in a while, so I think that'd be cool to see Chelsea in her Supergirl.
But she needs to coordinate with Rachel so they don't do.
Why? Well, yeah, so they don't do the red, or so they don't both do the red suit. Rachel could do her dark suit.
Right, exactly.
And yeah, I think that would
Maybe
be cool.
like the before and after picture, and we've got to find a dark side cosplayer or something.
Superman. Then Superman will be there because I'm looking at doing Superman probably most of the weekend.
She's doing Harley all 3 days.
Doing Harley all 3 days. Awesome.
You're just doing different variants of Harley, I take it. Like Daddy's Little Monster, traditional Harley Quinn.
Yeah. I thought about doing my D&D character, my Ranger character on Friday because we'll be down there for most of the day.
Uh-huh. I think Arkham Asylum Nurse Bombshell in red dress, but may also be Jester and Softball Harley.
Cool.
Okay. She's doing Dark Supergirl, Selene, and Catwoman since it's Halloween time.
Awesome. No, I was thinking about doing my Ranger one day. And I got me a new set of teeth for my vampire stuff.
Yeah.
And I can also use it for my Nicholas Drake character.
Okay.
They're actually the retractable fangs.
Mm-hmm.
So I may, if I can get them molded in correctly and get them fit to where they're not bothering me, I may try them when I do my night or when I do my Nicholas Drake character.
Okay.
So that way, so I may not, so that I may be still scruffy.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up having to just went out and bought my Just for Men today, so the hair will be back to dark again. It's getting almost. It's when it completely dry, my hair gets real bad salt and peppered. So we're going to probably be looking at dyeing my hair either tonight or tomorrow. So that way.
You may want to consider doing a Mr. Fantastic cosplay to Chuck's Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I'd have to find a good costume though.
Yeah.
Do we do Doctor Strange version? Do I do movie version Doctor Strange, or not Doctor Strange, but Reed Richards?
Do we do the Tim Story version, or do we do the that one that disastrous one movie shot one?
Oh, from the 1980s, 70s, 80s?
No. That toilet. Yeah. That's what, 1993.
Oh, it was that late? I thought it was early mid 80s when that.
Are you talking about the Multiverse of Madness one?
No. I'm talking about the one that
there was a failed. There was a failed Fantastic Four movie back. What was it? It was in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Right. That was yeah.
Now we own
I'm
the
not
other
talking
two.
about that one. I'm talking about, you remember the two that they had, the origin story and then the Rise of the Silver Surfer?
Yeah.
Okay, then there was one after that. That one. is what
Oh
I'm talking
no,
about.
I can't. No, I'm not going to do the Miles Tiller version.
Yeah,
that I could not do that one. Let's see. But no.
So she's doing Celine and then Selena.
Yeah, but with my Ranger character, I also can help promote foam forgeries because I carry foam forgeries weapons. I also, a lot of my attire that I am wearing for my Nicholas Drake character is from the company called Medieval Collectibles.
Right.
So one of my swords is from them. But almost 90% my gauntlets, my belt, just about everything I wear, my pants, my shirt, my boots, are all from Medieval Collectibles. So the pauldron I wear, now the back sheath that I wear for one of my swords, it's a Wish version because it's that real thin, fake leathery thing. I'd like to actually get me I'd actually like to get together, find somebody that knows how to do some real good leather work and actually build me one.
Mm-hmm. What was that one guy that used to do all that leather work? It was up in St. Louis.
I know somebody, but But he's working on finalizing and finessing his cave. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I shall be on watchtower duty, so I shall not be able to attend.
That sucks.
Yeah,
This will be
that's-
the first time in
decades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I started the show, it'll be probably the first year I've actually missed it.
Yeah, well, that was actually, and the funny thing is, a lot of people don't realize this, but Cape Comiccon, now this is back when Cape Comiccon was in April, not late. Now it's Anime Con that they hold in April. But April, when they originally was holding Cape Comiccon, was actually when we first met.
Right.
And, almost 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this was an old show by that point. That was
Yeah.
that was about a 9-year-old show by that point.
Yeah.
So it's been about 18 years.
And that was the first time. That was the first time I did Superman, and you were dressed as Captain America that night.
Yes. And the funny thing was afterwards, a bunch of us cosplayers went to Cracker Barrel. Everybody brought a change of clothes, but one guy who shall remain nameless.
Me.
Yes, because he was a virgin and didn't know he had to bring a change of clothes.
I did.
Yeah, at least he got that cool.
Well, here's the story behind it. Jess and I had started Heroes for Kids early April. Okay, we had already started because I had already made an appearance at the Jackson School District for a Backpack for Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
It was a food drive that they were doing for the Cape event, for the Cape or Jackson School District. Huh? Jackson. Okay.
Jackson.
So we're told that it's let's back up a little bit more. I ordered my costume through a company that shall not be named.
Voldemort costumes?
Yes. So I get I order it. I mean, this is an expensive costume. This was my Man of Steel suit. So, so I get, we get everything. I get the shipping, manifest on when it's supposed to be here and everything. Now I'm at work. Jess is at work.
Mm-hmm.
Jess either took off early or come home for lunch or something. She gets the message, we have a package. So she comes home, gets it, takes it into the office, and the next thing I get is a text message from her, you don't want to come home. And I'm like, so curiosity kills the cat.
He came home.
I came home because she goes, your costume came in. You don't want to come home. And I'm like, okay. I mean, cause again, this is all the birth of the Heroes for Kids is the birth from, of the idea, the concept come from Tessa and Adrian wanting to see me dress as Superman.
Right.
Okay. So here we are. I run home from work. Jess pretty much almost locks me out of the office. And, well, when I come home, on the drafting table, there is this pink and purple onesie baby outfit and a pink and purple women's outfit and shoes that are about that big and that big. Okay, if anybody knows me, I have big feet.
But he tried it on anyway.
The box, yeah, it was one of those things. Come to find out, the guy shipped my costume to Washington State.
Uh-huh.
and I got a pregnant, an expecting mother's superhero costume for her and her infant.
Okay.
We were supposed to supposed to overnight the costumes. The guy said he contacted us and contacted her, and we were both supposed to overnight the costumes to each other. Now, this was like middle of the week.
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to have my costume by that Saturday,
Right.
because that Saturday was a Relay for Life event at the Park Center here in Perryville. That was actually supposed to have been Heroes for Kids' first event.
Right.
Okay. But instead, I showed up late, aggravated, in a black and red Superman t-shirt. I look like Superboy from the Titans with hair. Okay. I look like the original Connor Kent.
Okay.
Okay. When I showed
Only
up.
older.
Only older. So that's how I showed up at the Relay for Life event, because I did not have my suit.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out later, after speaking with you the next weekend, or a couple weekends later, because I finally got my suit in, we did the Backpack for Fridays, and then I made my appearance at Cape Comiccon.
Right.
Okay?
That
We
really, for life,
appear-
I was the MC for it.
You were the MC for it, dressed as Batman,
Yes.
and one of our other cosplay friends was also there, and he dressed as Superman that day.
Yes.
And I missed both of yous.
Right.
So I had no idea that you were even doing cosplay stuff at the time, and it was a
Right.
superhero thing.
Right.
That was the reason why that's the reason why I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be the part of that main attraction for the superheroes.
Right.
Yeah, Jess and I had started Heroes for Kids right before that Relay for Life event.
Right.
So fast forward to Cape Comiccon,
Mhm.
I walk in the door, I stop the line at John Wesley Shipp's booth,
Mhm.
because he sat right inside the door.
Right.
And as I'm meet and greeting with kids, you walk up.
Well,
Sort of.
you were in the lobby, right over by the door where John. I don't know why they put him there, right by the front door.
He was right. No,
Blocking.
he was inside the main ballroom in the
yeah,
gym,
he was inside the main
but
gym.
right inside
at
the door. And
it
that's
was-
as far as I made it, was right there, right by his table.
So you were in the lobby here. Now I was over here by this rather large box, looked like a toy box,
Right.
standing like an action figure. Okay.
And we
Okay.
met in here.
So you're over here and you've got a line. I'm over here and I've got a line. We're getting pictures taken. And somebody said, hey, can we get a picture of the two of you together? And I said, okay. So I come over to you and I said, hey, they want
Let's
us to
get a
get a
photo.
picture together. So,
That was
so
how
I
we
walked
met.
over to you, and then we stood there and
Yeah.
got our pictures. And
And
afterwards it was like, well, it was a pleasure meeting you. And then we went our
We
separate
split.
ways.
And at that point, I had Tessa and Adrian with me.
Right.
And that was also where I met Ken and Cindy.
Right.
Uh,
Who I'd already known for quite a few years.
yeah. Well, actually, I didn't see Ken there until after we went to dinner.
Right.
But Cindy was dressed as Elektra.
right.
And that was actually how I met Cindy.
right.
And I had actually met Cindy earlier in the year, because I did Cindy and Ken unknowing it was Ken, but I was dressed as the Gambit from the X-Men movie, from the X-Men Wolverine movie Origins.
Right.
I was dressed as the Tyler Ketch's version of Gambit up at Wizard World St. Louis.
Right.
And I took pictures with Ghost Rider. Later, I found out that it was Ken.
Right.
And then I took a picture with Cindy, and I believe she was either Elektra or she was either Elektra or Black Cat at that show.
Right.
One of the two. I don't remember. But yeah, and then we fast forward back to Cape Con. As we're leaving, well, I leave, bring the kids home, bring Jess down later, and then that was when I ran into you again.
Ooh, excuse me.
we ended up going over to the art museum, had their photo booth set up, and we jumped in. At this point, we had passed each other enough. We were talking more
Yeah.
as the day went on, and we ended up somewhat hanging out a little bit during the show.
Right.
We got the photos up there at the for the art for the cosplay art studio thing.
Right.
And then after that was when you said, hey, a bunch of us cosplayers are going out to dinner. We're going to Cracker Barrel. It's like, oh, heck, we like going. It's like, I forgot. I don't have any clothes. He goes, oh, and Dennis is like, oh, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we leave the show. We leave Cape Comiccon. We go to the show, or we go to Cracker Barrel. And while we're walking up to the door, I'm still dressed in full Man of Steel Superman.
Yeah.
As we're walking to the door, Dennis looks at me and goes, hey, where are you from? And I'm like, well, I'm from Perryville. He goes, I'm like, well, I'm from Perryville. He's like, cool, I live in Perryville. I'm trying to start a cosplay group in Perryville. I was like, well, I've got an organization that I've started, and I'm trying to, I said, I know how to do the organization part. Jess and I know how to do the organization part of it. I'm new at the cosplay thing. I need boots on the ground. And that was literally our partnership
Right.
from right then. And I was like, I'll give you a little time to think about it if you want. And it was,
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I know cosplayers. I can get you boots on the ground. And it's like, okay, well, we've got this event coming up, a Red Nose Day campaign. It's going to be at Mayfest up on the square. And I was like, okay. So I contacted some people.
we had the event. We already had the event. Jess and I had already had the event scheduled. I didn't have any people. So Dennis comes along and says, well, I can get you people.
Right. And the funny thing of it was, well, the first few hours of Mayfest, it was
we got drenched.
We were drenched. And I was dressed as Captain America, and I was using the shield as an umbrella.
Well,
it was like a gully washer.
If anybody remembers the 2016 Man of Steel movie, it's one of them that the Superman's cape, Henry Cavill's cape, drugged the ground.
Yes.
So, and my cape, with as tall as I am, drugged the ground. So, and
Those things soak up water.
it soaked up more than halfway. It soaked up more than half of that halfway up the cape.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was heavy as heck. But we ended up our first charity event we ever got to do, and that was to help the Red Nose Day Fund for Walgreens, and we only raised like $215 because it rained that bad.
Here's the funny part. We spent a couple hours down on the square, and we were like, okay, this is ridiculous. Let's go over to the Walgreens.
Yep.
We stayed there for a few hours. I think we made $75. Okay. Then the rain stopped
and
the
then
sun
we
came
came
out.
back up.
So we
to the
came
town.
back up to the square, and that's when we got the rest of it.
Yeah, that's when we got bumped.
We had people lined up we were right behind where the gazebo is on the courthouse square. We had them lined up around that and down the street, practically
Wanting for
to the
photos.
other vendors that were down there on Main Street in that, how they kind of fit in there. So we're talking a good maybe half a block.
Yeah.
Half a block of people. And everybody was donating like $1.
Yeah, that's all we asked for was a $1 donation. $1 donation. You can take as many photos as you want with as many characters as you want.
And we still made
We made
almost $300.
So I mean, that was our first outing as Heroes for Kids.
Right.
As Dennis being part of Dennis coming on as our board member, really, as Heroes for Kids.
Because it was when we did that, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks in that you said, "Hey, this is kind of stupid. You being part of 2 groups and all this stuff, and us making 2 groups. I've got the organization. join us. Let's get
Yeah.
this thing off the ground.
And that was if you wanted to.
And yeah, he said, if you want to,
if you wanted
if you want to. And I was like, you know what? Making an organization is rather daunting. I'll just join your organization, and then that way we can hit the ground running. And the people of Perryville lost their minds. They're like, what?
Oh yeah, we do
It's-
pray. Well,
yes.
there's a reason why. Well, we learned quick that when we get our characters, we're on a trailer, we're in a truck, we're on the fire, we're with our first responders, we're on vehicles now. We don't
Right.
walk in the parades very, very much.
Right.
Because we get bombarded. We've actually cleared intersections. We've bottlenecked intersections because we get bombarded by the kids.
Yeah, I think the Memphis Parade of 2016, we ended up. We were walking the parade.
We
got
stopped
to-
the parade for
we
almost
got to-
30 minutes.
We got to the point where we were turning from St. Marie Street onto Main. You know,
Yep.
that turn right there. We got there, and that's where the thickest group of people are.
Yeah.
Is right there at that curve.
Ooh,
And
excuse me.
they came in and crowded us.
And it was
showed
for
us all
photo.
from the
It was for photos,
Right.
handshakes, selfies, and it was like that for 30. To the point the police. We were almost celebrities.
right.
And it was just us.
Our float was leading us behind.
Yeah, and it was funny because it was
And
one
we
of
still
the.
had half a parade.
Yeah, the
behind us.
police, Perryville Police Department, awesome job they did, was they came in and actually had to push the crowd back
Right.
because that way we could get through. It was something else.
And
I've never seen that.
he even reenacted the scene from Superman, the movie, where he lands on the sidewalk and he tells everybody stand back and then down through the sidewalk. You had to do that with the crowd. You're like, hey, everybody, you need
Yeah,
to stand back.
it
You
was-
need to get back so that the rest of the parade can come through. And they said, that's when we were told, we love you guys, but you need to do something different.
Yeah,
Going through
we
the
were
parade.
we were asked if we would start riding on floats or
Right. Yeah.
make a float ourselves or something.
But
Yeah,
don't walk anymore because you're clogging up the system. Well, I
Yeah.
think they said that might be a good idea for you to do it. The next year we clogged it up again. They were like, okay,
Yeah.
you're definitely going to have to get on to a run. So,
And we have it to where very few of our cosplayers actually walk in the parade now because of that reason.
right.
Yeah. So, but no, it's so that gives you a little bit of the first year roughly, or first actually couple months. April, May, June. That was literally the first couple months
Right.
because after that we partnered up and went down. Then we did our first outing down in Metropolis.
Yes.
And that, and the rest is literally history.
And-
It's
and-
just,
And we were doing every little event that we could grab hold of in Perry County.
Yeah.
You
and now you look at it,
dog
now we're-
rescue and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and the for the school supplies and all this stuff, and of course the Children's Miracle Network event.
Right.
And so, but yeah, that the first few years, it got to the point where people were like coming up to me at work and they were like, "Where's your next?
we
Where's your next?"
We ended up going from High Lonnie, High Dennis to High Superman or High
High
Clark to High Batman, High Cap, and it was
Yeah.
just, and it was like, hey, when's your next? Like you said, when's your next event?
Right.
Where are you going to be at this week? And that was just just here and there in the Southeast Missouri area and in the St. Louis area. Now here we are, 10 years later, almost 10 years. April of 2025 will be our 10-year anniversary.
Right.
And here we are now, and we do events in 5 states. And I'm not talking us going in and helping out another organization or another cosplay organization, or we actually are at the show as Heroes for Kids, advertised as Heroes for Kids is going to be there, which, is awesome. We went from a cosplay group in April of 2025 or April of 2015. We went from a cosplay group in April of 2015
Right.
to here we are 9 years later. 5 years ago, actually, almost 6 years ago, actually.
Right.
Now here we are as a federally recognized 501c3 charity organization.
Right.
So we went, and again, we wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff without our volunteers. Chelsea, Rachel, Rob, Jody, the list goes on. And some people that are still with our family but don't get to come out anymore. Chuck and Chris and and I know there's and yes, I know I said two Chucks, but there's only one. No, we've got another Chuck. He's from the St. Louis area.
Chuck Colson.
Yes, Chuck Colson.
Yeah.
Andrew. One of the December 2015, or it might have been 16. I don't remember. Our dancing Deadpool, Andrew Barnes.
Yes.
Oh my God. That was one heck of a day. It was the opening of the Villainous Grounds coffee shop.
Yeah.
And all it was just you and I. And then this wiry kid that all we knew was he worked at the Department of Corrections. He was a corrections officer at the Department of Corrections and loved doing Deadpool.
Right.
And now he is known as the Dancing Deadpool in the state of Missouri.
Okay.
He is, all because of us going to Wizard World in St. Louis. And I think the song that got it was Taylor Swift's Shake It Off.
Yes.
And
I think you were dressed as...
we were dressed as
Gambit.
Wolverine and Gambit, and he was dressed as Deadpool.
I was dressed as Daredevil.
You were dressed as Daredevil?
Yeah, I was dressed as Daredevil at that one.
Okay.
It was at Wizard World. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
But we did Shake It Off in the middle of the floor, and the St. Louis newspaper caught him dancing to it.
Yes. So that, yeah.
And so again, and
Well, here's another humorous anecdote. Back in 21, it was my 40th high school reunion. Okay, so they always have the homecoming parade in the morning, and then they have the game in the afternoon,
Right.
And then the various reunion parties go to wherever they're having their get-togethers. Okay, so
if anybody's got any questions about anything, please drop a line.
a buddy at my work, he was like, "Are you going to be in the homecoming parade?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, which character are you going to be?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to be a character. I'm going to be riding on the float with my classmates." And he goes, "I've got my kids this weekend. I want to go to the parade, but they won't go unless there's a superhero there. Do you think you could suit up as Batman?"
Yeah, I remember this.
I said, "Okay, you make a donation to Toys for Tots, and I'll do it. $200 donation, you make to Toys for Tots."
Yeah, that was when we were collecting for Toys for
And
Tots.
so I was true to my word. I told him if he donated money to Toys for Tots, then he donated $200. So I suited up. I showed up, and of course, everybody was like, "What in the Sam Hill is going on here?" I didn't say a word. I just played it all grim and brooding like Batman should be. And of course, some of the people that were on the float,
You jump on the float and everybody's looking at you going,
they're kind of like, except for a few. There was 2 or 3 that had actually seen me at charity events, like when we did the
Right.
Beef O'Brady event. Robin Richardi was there, and she was like, okay. So
No,
people started realizing, okay, this guy, he's in our class. So they were like, "Hey, instead of riding on the float, get up in the truck and wave toward the people."
Right,
you know?
right.
So I got up there and I'm waving, and people are like, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" And so you know how they're throwing out the candy and everything. We got up to right about all creatures great and small. I guess that's what they
Right,
like that.
yeah.
But okay, we got there, and the parade kind of stopped right there because we were waiting on everybody to get
Right.
up and everything. So I'm there and I'm waving, and we hit that pocket where there was a ton of kids.
You got the same.
And
pocket.
they were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so they're tossing out candy and the kids are jumping up and down and they're like, oh my God. And they're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, who is this guy? You know? And of course, some of my classmates who already knew who it was like, okay, we know something you don't know. We know something you don't know. So after we got through the whole parade, we're going through the campus, we're heading back to the park, and somebody said, okay, enough of this crap. Who are you? I go, I'm Batman. You know? And so then I took off the mask and I said, look guys, here's the deal. I said, Guy promised to donate to Toys for Tots if I suited up as Batman for his grandkids.
Right.
So you guys letting me do this, you helped to raise $200 for Toys for Tots. So they said, oh, that's awesome. They started handing me cash, which I gave to you guys for Toys for Tots. So all in all, about $300.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, $300 for Toys for Tots in just a couple hours.
Yeah.
And they were like, holy crap, we never saw anything like that before.
Yeah.
A lot of these folks, they drive from all over the country to come here.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, a lot of them don't come down for Mayfest. So it's a different crowd for like our homecoming parades and stuff like that.
You know, the hometown crowd, they know who I am, okay? But the people that had come from, you know, California, New York, and all this stuff, they were like, what is this?
What is going on? Yeah.
And so what ended up happening was, of course, we've got a web page, or we've got a Facebook page for our class. Okay?
Right.
And we took a class photo. Of course, Batman's sitting there. And the funny thing of it is on the float, the guys are over here, or they're over here for the camera. They're over here. The girls are over here.
And Batman's
sitting right down, and all the girls are surrounded Batman. So there was some good that came out of that. So anyway, but you know,
I was actually I'm not an alumni from Perryville or St. Vincent's.
Right.
Okay. But I am. Now I have been in the St. Vincent's homecoming parade.
Right. Yes.
Not as Superman. Not as Superman or Gambit.
Yeah, but tell him what you did, Jackson.
Okay. Well, the funny thing is St. Vincent's was playing the Blue Jays several years ago. This was several years ago. One of the ladies that worked at the record deeds office, who was an alumni, asked if I would help them out, and I went, sure. Okay, now I have built, because again, some of the charity events we do what they call a jail and which we'll have I'll throw Dennis in there, and you have to raise so much money to either keep him get him out or keep him in.
Yeah.
So I built this PVC style jail cell.
Right.
That is tall enough I can hold on to it like this.
Right.
It's at least a good 2 to 3 foot over my head.
It's pretty
Okay. So
whatever happened to that thing?
still got it. Actually, it was used at Trunk and Treat.
Okay.
We didn't use it at Trunk and Treat. It was actually used over at another booth.
Okay.
Yeah, so the sheriff's office borrowed. Yeah,
Okay.
The sheriff's office borrowed my jail cell.
Yeah.
For Trunk and Treat this past year. So the friend of mine turns around and looks at me and goes, would you mind suiting up in a Blue Jay costume? So here I am. And I've got it. I'll see if I can find photos to reminisce on this. But I am in this. So we strapped this cage, secure my gel cell on the back of a trailer, which they use as the float. And they had people on there, and they had a big sign on there: "Defeat the Blue Jays" or whatever it is. And I held a football the whole time, and I was psyching everybody out with it. Haha, look what I got, And here I am, dressed in this huge. The head on this thing was like this big. The yellow legs, the wing, the hands had it looked like Fred Bird with a smaller beak. It literally is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was hot as hell, but I had a blast in it. And what made it bad is at one point I fumbled the football off the trailer. Okay. As we're going to the school, I fumbled the football. One of the Perryville PD officers grabbed it and handed it back to me. Turned around and said, "Ha, see you. This is the reason why you're going to lose." Guess who won? It wasn't St. Vincent's. It was the Blue Jays. And guess how they won? Guess how they lost? It was because of a fumble.
Here's another funny story.
So again, I have not been asked back to a homecoming parade as a character other than Superman.
Okay. Back in 2010, you know who Jennifer Janet is?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a realtor. Okay. They have a mascot called Russell the Retriever. Okay. And so she asked me to suit up as Russell the Retriever and be in the Mayfest parade.
The only problem is Russell Retriever was short enough to be a pug.
Oh, you ain't even funny. So anyway, here I am. We go through the parade. We stop off we actually have an actual booth. So we jumped out.
It wouldn't be the first time we've actually done stuff with Jennifer either.
Right.
So
I jumped out with the booth, and we're standing and watching the parade go by. Okay. So my cousin is also a realtor for a rival company, and she and her group were coming through. And here I am, I'm dressed as Russell the Retriever, and I thought, I'm going to mess with my cousin Dina Flingy.
Right.
Okay, you know Dina?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so she's my cousin. So I'm like, I'm going to mess with her. I'm still dressed as Russell the Retriever. So I run up into the parade, up to the float, and then I lift my leg like I'm going to take a tinkle on it. And she's like, and Janet was like, bad dog, bad dog. And Dina goes, you, Later on, when she found out it was me, she goes, you jerk!
But no, we love doing parades. We love, we love going out and having fun. I never thought in a million years that I would be dressed as a Blue Jay in a cage doing the chicken dance and, oh my God. But you know what? Other than being hot in that dang Blue Jay costume, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who I was because, again, we had just started Heroes for Kids. I mean, we'd only been a couple years into Heroes for Kids. So we were still getting our name known. And so nobody really knew who I was.
Nowadays, they'll go, that tall guy, that's gotta be long.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just, hey, if it's for a good cause and it's not nothing that's going to make Heroes for Kids look bad,
right.
By all means, I'm game for it.
Yeah. We have no shame, folks, okay?
So again, I have to say it, it's one of the things I have been, I've been in law enforcement now for 23 years. And it's funny. I mean, if, some of the townsfolk don't
they don't know who you are.
Don't realize that I'm a deputy sheriff for the county.
Right.
They know me more as Superman. And I've been doing Superman for 9.5 years. But And they know me. That just shows, and it's not the fact that they're not doing anything bad, or trust me. I go to a lot of the parades. I go to a lot of when before Heroes for Kids, I was going to a lot of the festivals. I was helping out, doing a lot of stuff throughout the community in uniform. Again, there was a lot of people that saw me, but then it's one of those things that just goes to show how much of an impact the characters itself, Hero, Batman, and Superman has on a community, but also how much of an impact we as Heroes for Kids have been able to make.
Right.
There's
people at work who will say, "Hey, you need this part? Dennis has that over there." And who? Batman. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know who to go to.
So again, we would not be where we are almost 10 years later without our volunteers. That first and foremost. First and foremost, we wouldn't be where we're at without the good grace of God.
That's
two, definitely our volunteers. Near and far. Thirdly, thirdly or secondly, you can actually say, or however, and I put them right up there. Villainous Grounds. David and Mary Jo have been a huge push with Heroes for Kids.
yes.
And so again,
Allies to the cause.
yes, and for the support we get from not only Perryville but all the businesses, here in the town, here in the surrounding area, without all of these people, without all of you, that's whether you're on here or not, listening, for those that subscribe, like, and follow our pages. Without all of you guys, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this. We wouldn't, Heroes for Kids would not be getting ready to jump into year 10.
Yeah.
And we would not have been able to put the smiles on so many people. And it has nothing to do with whether it's an infant or an elderly person. The smiles we get to put on people's faces day in and day out.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much. And lastly, I do want to say this, and it's going to embarrass her because she's sitting right across from me. I want to thank my daughter and my son for getting this wacky idea.
Yeah.
For
See what you created? Shame on you.
This wacky idea for me to dress up as Superman. Not in a million years would I ever think of walking down the middle of the street in skin tight spandex.
Playing the helicopter. Dance belt.
No.
It's just, the hair's gray. It's receding, as you can see. A lot of spray paint and hair dye now.
Shellac, caulking, and yeah.
Hey, trust me, there no toupees yet.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the comb over. I do a comb over for Superman, but it's not a comb over.
Okay.
But there's still a lot of hair up there. Again,
well, it's like a friend of mine said. He's bald now,
yeah,
but he's got like a beard, mustache, and all that stuff.
and all
He said, I said, what happened? You used to have a full head of hair, and he said, I still got as much hair as I ever had. It just changed geography.
yeah. But no. So on that note, we're only having about 5 minutes left here on live.
Yes.
Jess, do you have anything from the other room? No. Dennis, do you have anything?
Sorry I can't be there at Cape Comiccon, but want you all to have fun, take lots of pictures, and let me know how things are going. I live vicariously through you. Let's hope this is a super successful one, and then it looks like it'll be at Dyersburg take care of it.
The
You guys.
following weekend.
Following weekend.
We'll give more on Dyersburg next week when we get back on here, and we'll give you the update on how Cape Comiccon goes this weekend. We will let you know next Monday, and then we'll also let everybody know about Dyersburg and Dyersburg Comic-Con in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Dyersburg Comic Con in Dyersburg.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
I know. So, on that note, we love you all. Thank you all for your support, your following.
We're making like a tree and leave.
I don't know if that's a tree or a cactus.
It's a tree.
It's a tree.
But
It's a tree at night.
again, Cape Comiccon this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Show Me Center. Be there. Let's have a blast. Let's raise a lot. Help Heroes for Kids raise a lot of money. Because again, the money, a lot of people don't realize the money that goes into our booth at the show, that all goes to what we raise.
Right. The bail comes out of our own pocket.
Yeah.
But
Travel, food, all that, our costumes, that all comes out of us. All comes from us. All that money that we raise, that you see us collecting at our table, that all goes into Heroes for Kids. That does not go into our costumes. That does not go into our travel, our food, our lodging. That goes right back out to the community to the organizations that we help. So again, we want to thank everybody. Please like, share, subscribe to our Instagram, our Facebook page, and also our YouTube page. Because again, the more people we get on, the more people we get to like, we can do bigger and better things. And with, I hear that YouTube does, if you get so many likes and so many followers, you can actually generate money. Well, that money that gets generated from when we get up that big on YouTube, goes to Heroes for Kids, charity organization. So again, thank you all. Hope to see everybody the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of November at the Show Me Center for Cape Comiccon. We love you all. Thank you and good night.
yes. By the way, Halloween. Have fun. Be safe.
Yes, have fun, be safe.
Don't eat any.
Have
candy.
lights.
Ask your parents. Check.
Yeah.
Wear light colored clothing so that people can see the
We
tree.
will not be doing trick-or-treating or having the light on this year.
Right.
We're actually, any of the Heroes for Kids family that is still on here, private event, this house, Halloween night, big movie screen downstairs, potluck dinner. I promise no painting.
This time.
Unless it's red, but no painting. So we love you all. Thank you very much. And again, see you this weekend. Cape Comiccon at Show Me Center.
Be there, be safe.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, okay. I guess I got to get up.
You talk right to it.
And you got someone typing. That's what caught my eye.
If only I didn't burp. LOL.
Well, that's okay, Chelsea. We love you anyway. We will see you this weekend. All right. Have a good night. Look at Dennis just anticipating on seeing that it's going.